Hello again and welcome to Todd Holder Music. So glad to have you with us. We're going to get right to the next lesson, and we're here for love of piano, love of music, and love of God. So I hope you enjoy your time. We're going to go straight to the 5-chord. The 5-chord in music theory is based on a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scale degrees. In the key of C, that's going to be G, C, D, E, F, G. 5-chord in a nutshell is our pivot chord to get us back to the key we're singing, back to the 1. 5 always takes you back to the 1. There's other substitute 5s. We'll get into that in another lesson. But this is just beginner to advanced beginner pivoting. And what we're going to do is we're going to sing and play This Is My Father's World. This is going to be chordally done, so the melody will be sung by voice, the chords will follow. For those of you who are learning to play by ear, just watch the simple 1, 2, 3, 4 of the chords. Also listen for the 4 chord, the 1 and the 5. The 5 generally will take you back to the 1. There's also some nice inversions that I'll show you to make the song maybe a little bit fresher. Then we're going to get to the pivot chord, the 5, and go back to the 1. Now, if you want to change keys, that's the point of this. We're going to actually take the 5 chord and use it to pivot us to the new key. How do you know what the 5 chord of the new key is? Simply, if it's going to be D, for example, then D is your new 1, if D is your key. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to be an A. So A will be a 5 that takes you back, the new 5 to take you to the new key of D. So 5 is A that takes you to the new 1, which is D. We'll start off actually in B flat. So we're going to work our way up from B flat to C, from C flat to D. And you'll hear the 5 chord, the new 5 being introduced right before going into that new one. So let's get right to it. This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings, and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world, a little sus. Oh, let me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas. This hand of wonders wrought. Now to G. That's the new 5 of C. This is my Father's world. The birds their carols raise. The morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world. He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass, I hear him pass. He speaks to me everywhere. Now to A, which is our new 5 of the next whole step up, D. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me ne'er forget, although the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the Now, something you may have noticed in the middle of all that is interesting takes on the one chord where we started off. This is my Father's world. Da, 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 da. Now, doing a bass line inversion, instead of B flat on the bottom, as we play the B flat, try the D on the bottom. Ba, da, da, da. Now that's an interesting chord too. That's back to E flat, but what I'm doing is I'm suspending the B flat over top of it. So E flat in the bass and B flat on top. You'll get that sound. Ba, da, 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 da. That's F on the bottom, still B flat. Ba, da, da. Now I haven't changed this B flat inversion. That's basically a second inversion of the B flat chord. And it's beautiful, and it just goes to show you sometimes less is more. Okay, so what we did is we're going B flat, da, 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 E flat, B flat, F. You could sus the F, which is simply the 4 scale degree of the F chord suspended. In this case, the B flat note. That susses the chord. There are other ways, but this is a simple way. Da, da. Now that's a D on bottom of a B flat chord. B flat second inversion in the right hand. I'm trying not to change from the very original inversion, which is still second inversion. Da, 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 da. Now there's a substitute for the E flat chord. So you get into, instead of just the 4 chord alone, which would be E, it's nice. Da, 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 da. But maybe B flat pulls a little bit more into the picture. Da, 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 da. And since the melody is on top, the B flat second inversion makes a nice, just a nice sound. Da, 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 da. You guessed it, same inversion. He speaks to me everywhere. So that's it in a nutshell. We have a really beautiful song here. We did 3 key changes. Remember, the key to doing a key change is the 5 chord, that beautiful 5 chord that always brings us back to 1. We actually use it to get to the next key. So regardless of what key you're going to go to, I use just a whole step pitch raise to get there. So just a modulation from B flat to the key of C, then the key of D. So there are much more complex ways to do it, but this is a fundamental trick in getting any kind of key change worked in. I hope that works for you, and send me some thoughts and letters to the address on the screen, and happy to talk to you and discuss it in more detail. Thanks for visiting ToddHolderMusic.com. God bless.